Hello everybody, I hope you are all doing really well. Today I'm going to show you how to cook some a cheat bruschettas. So here are the ingredients. Now olive oil is by choice if you want to add that on or not. I've got the garlic bread that you can buy that are sort of pre-sliced and they don't take long in the oven at all. I think they take about from frozen 10 minutes. I've also got some, this is my choice of meat here, some chorizo. You can use the different types of meats, it's just entirely up to you. Pepperoni, I think there's other different types. I've got some, now you can use olives that are in a jar, or you might want to buy olives. These are flavoured ones. As you can see there, with some roasted tomatoes. I've got a pepper, some tomatoes, one red onion. Now it's entirely up to you again. You can use the pre-grated mozzarella or the ones that's in a packet and it's normally got water inside, so just be careful when you're opening those up. So those are the ingredients. So I'm going to start off by prepping all of my ingredients. So I have washed the tomatoes and I'm just going to cut those up. Now you might want to start off with just 2 tomatoes. It just depends how full you want them. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to cut the tomato. So I'm going to cut it down the middle and then I'm just going to cut across like this so they become small sort of cubes. It's really important that you have a sharp knife. If you have a knife sharpener, please use it. Because when a knife is blunt, actually it becomes more dangerous because it just slips everywhere. So just make sure you have a sharp knife. Take your time, you don't have to do this fast. If you're a beginner, just build your confidence up slowly. Don't rush it. There we go. I think I will actually cut the third one. Right, now I'm going to, so here's all my tomatoes in there. I'm just going to get a bit of kitchen roll and just mop up the tomato juice. There we go. Now, the pepper. So some people will cut round. As I said before in previous videos, I might cut round and then pull the centre out. And this is just the way I do it, or they might cut it and then pull all that out. So I'm going to cut round. As I said, there's different methods to de-seed a pepper. This is just the way that I do it. And I'll take those bits out, give them a little shake in the bowl. So we want these roughly the same size as well as the tomatoes. If you don't like pepper, you can skip this bit out. You can use, whoops, sorry about that guys. You can use a red pepper if you prefer. I'm not too keen on the green peppers, they're just a little bit bitter. So I'm just going to carry on cutting this pepper into little cubes. Now I've got my red onion. I'm going to prepare the onion. There we go. That's That's the skin off. Now the onion can be a bit tough to cut, so just take your time, especially when you get to the edge. The tripod's not doing very well today, it keeps tipping over. You can lie it down when it gets to the end and just cut like this if it's safer for you to do that. That's fine. All we want, doesn't really matter how you do it, is just a finely chopped onion. So when you get to this section and it gets a bit slippy, you can just turn it the other way. There we go. So there's our onion done. Now I'm going to get the chorizo. So I'll take a few pieces of those and we're going to slice these up as well. Just put them into one pile. So there's 3. There we go, and then we'll break that up and pop those into a bowl. It's entirely up to you how much you want to cut up. So if you really love the chorizo, obviously cut some more. And then we're just going to break it up like this and just put it into a bowl. Now the olives. So these ones are quite big. I'm going to cut them this way. Just slicing the olives into smaller pieces, and I think they look quite sweet when they're sort of circular, but it doesn't really matter. Just pick up your olives, slice them into smaller chunks and pop those in a bowl ready. These ones come with the tomatoes, so you can grab a couple of the tomatoes and slice those up into smaller pieces as well. Now with the mozzarella that you buy in a packet, it will have water inside. So obviously we don't want that everywhere. So you just snip the top and then just drain the water out, holding the mozzarella with your fingers. And then just pop the mozzarella out onto a dish. This is what it looks like. So you can just pop that onto a plate. So I'm just cutting it into little chunks. There we go. So here are all my ingredients all prepped up. Now the garlic bread, these slices, I normally buy the ones that are slightly larger. These are quite small. And also you can buy healthier ones where there's less fat. These actually, if you look quite carefully, they're quite full of butter and garlic on the top of these ones. So what you want to do before, you can pre-do these and just leave them on the side, and when you're ready, pop them in the oven. If you're going to cook them straight away after you've prepped them, then put the oven on now. Now on the instructions it says that the oven should be, for these ones, should be on 220 Celsius or 200 Celsius for a fan oven. Now because we're topping them up with ingredients, we want to reduce that because we're going to put them in for longer. So for example, if this one was on fan 200. I'll probably put the oven on 180 or 160. And we're going to leave them in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, obviously keeping an eye on them. So because they're in for longer, they will cook through. So you just need to look at the instructions of the garlic bread slices that you've bought. So I'm going to build them up. I've just opened my mozzarella bag as well. And I've also got some crushed chilli. Now that's entirely up to you. All these ingredients you can swap depending on what you'd like. So here are the garlic pieces. So I'm just going to put the onions on. Just a few onions on. Spread them out. And then I'm going to put, I'll just do these two just to show you. Some tomatoes. On they go. Trying to spread them out. And obviously you might really build them up quite high, or you might just leave a thin layer on. I'm going to put some pepper on there. Then I'm going to put some mozzarella chunks. It's really easy to break it, so if they're too big, just break it up a little. Because I wanted some of that squishy cheese inside, sort of layering it up. Then I'm going to put some of the meat that I've got. So just spread out all the ingredients. On there, and then the olives, then I'm going to put about 4 slices on each. If you find you've got lots of ingredients left over, you can always put it all in a salad, so it's not a waste. Obviously it just depends how many trays you're making and how big these garlic pieces are. So if you're doing it for a party, you probably have 2 packets, so that would be fine. So then I'm going to just wipe my hands, and I'm going to get some of the chili flakes. Now you might want to tip it into your hand rather than straight on in case you put too much on. Obviously you can cut fresh chilli on there if you want to. And then I'm going to top it up with the grated mozzarella so it's all covered. There we go. Easy peasy, so I'm sure everybody can do that. I hope that you can see that. So literally I've just layered all the ingredients on. So this is the leftover ingredients. You can just pop it all into a bowl, give it a good mix, and then all I've done is put balsamic vinegar and a little bit of olive oil in there. And then you can just have that as a salad, or put it with some lettuce, or on the side of your dish. So it's not a waste if you've got some left over. So here are my bruschettas all done. Now this is when it's entirely up to you whether you want to sprinkle a little bit of olive oil over the top of it all, or leave it as it is. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Remember to preheat your oven when you need it for at least 10 minutes so it comes up to temperature. These ones is fan oven 200. So actually what I'm going to do is preheat the oven on 160 and cook them for 15 to 20 minutes. Obviously keep an eye on them. It depends on your oven, how quickly they will cook. What you don't want is for everything to sort of burn, but we want all the cheese melted and to go a little bit golden on the top, and that's when they're going to be ready.